noticed how some of your friends are dating the exact same types of people, even when they don't want to be? It's because the choices we feel like we have for partners are based on who we attract into our lives through the energy we exude in the universe. And so by being aware of this, you're putting yourself far ahead of so many people who keep repeating the same toxic dating patterns over and over again. Chapter 1, what even is manifestation? Manifestation is energy. You attract people, experiences, desires, physical things, situations, and more into your life based on the energy you exhibit and embody as you move through the world. The idea is that you attract and achieve things in your life that are an energetic match for you. This is why sometimes people who have the same quote-unquote vibe gravitate towards each other and hang out. It's why a lot of friend groups have similar people in the group, for instance. If you've ever had a period in your life where you were depressed or sad for an extended period of time, it's probably unlikely that you received a ton of happy and exciting opportunities at that time, since what many people call negative emotions and attitudes attract less desirable experiences and prevent you from seeing the positive attributes of experiences you do encounter. If you feel that dating is hard for you, you believe that you're always settling for people who don't meet your standards, and your confidence in your ability to find a lasting, loving partner is nearly zero, then your dating experiences are going to reflect that. You might find that you're consistently dating men who lack ambition, who are hesitant to commit to a serious relationship, aren't good with money, or aren't interested in self-improvement. All of these negative experiences build up your belief system and reinforce a mindset that dating isn't working for you, which then becomes your reality where you're constantly forced to settle and be disappointed. Well, I've got good news. The good news is that you can overcome this, and what it takes is for you to start believing that you can have the love and relationship you desire and know this in your soul, even if your life up to this point has said otherwise. You might have heard the buzz phrase going around, Lulu is the Salulu. Basically, the idea that being delusional by believing in what you don't see yet is the solution for overcoming the problems and issues that you currently do see. Every day is literally a brand new day, a brand new opportunity, and what happened in the past can control you if you allow it to, but you can decide to make the shift today, even before you start seeing any results or proof, and this mindset can completely transform your life in dating and beyond. Chapter 2, My Testimony. I first discovered the world of manifestation a few years ago when I had the idea to type manifestation into Apple Podcasts and found a whole new universe of insights and information on the topic. At this time, I was a pretty low vibe person. I was sad, anxious, desperate, depressed, defeated, and jealous, even though on the outside I looked completely fine and happy. I started listening to the Manifestation Babe podcast, and the host, Catherine, shared a story about how she was in a relationship from the time she was 16 to 23 with a man who she eventually grew tired of and cheated on, which ultimately led to the demise of the relationship. At the end of the relationship, she listed all the qualities and traits she wanted in a husband, and then a week after she broke up with her ex-boyfriend, a friend told her she should download Tinder, so Catherine downloaded the app and started swiping. She saw a photo of a man named Brennan and had this instinctual knowing that he would be her husband, and to this date, they've been together for 7 years and are married. After listening to Catherine's testimony, I wrote down a list of qualities that I genuinely wanted in a partner. I was constantly attracting prospects into my life who did meet my dating standards, and then deep down, I knew I was attracting low vibe people into my life because their energy matched my own low vibe energy at the time. Having a low vibe is all about feeling depressed, negative, down, and this can come from situations, experiences, or mindsets that are heavily weighing down on you and lowering your energy in the current moment. When you're operating as a low vibe person, you will settle for experiences and people that don't align with the vision you have for your dating life and your life in general, because your energy currently doesn't align with the love and relationship you desire. Your experiences in life match your energy towards that subject, and since I felt weighed down by dating, I kept having depressing dating experiences. But through consciously manifesting, you can be aware of your vibe in order to be at the energy frequency where you can attract the kind of person that you genuinely want into your life. Anyways, I listed out what I really wanted in a forever partner. I am someone who dates for marriage, which gets overshadowed in American culture, but dating for marriage is something that is very heavily practiced in a variety of cultures across the world. It is perfectly okay if you are someone that dates intentionally and for marriage, Even in a society where the mainstream dating culture sometimes ostracizes people who date for forever partnership and makes women think that we can just drift through life unintentionally and still find a great partner in time to start a family with, when in reality, we are not guaranteed this blessing and need to actively seek it and think about it in advance. I knew I wanted someone who's smart, ambitious, entrepreneurial, a critical thinker, academically inclined, and who is really intentional about dating in the sense that they value long-term commitments over short-term relationships and situationships. Long story short, when I made that pivotal decision to train my focus exclusively on people who embody the traits I'm looking for in a partner and not go on dates with people who I know are not a good match for me, everything changed for me. I became an energetic match for the types of people who align with my dating goals. Literally not one single person who didn't meet my dating standards approached me ever again. I ended up attracting my partner into my life. He approached me at an eatery and said one of the first things he noticed about me was my energy. This was a full circle moment for me because I came a long way from being a low vibe person to being the high vibe person I am on many days today. Chapter 3, how to level up your energy. If you've been attracting a lot of disappointing experiences or dating people who aren't in alignment with what you truly want in a partner and in a relationship, one of the best things you can do is raise your vibration so that you can attract what you desire into your life. You want to move from feeling desperate, thinking you have to settle, and carrying this burden of disappointment to feeling content, at peace, and holding a genuine belief that you are on the path to the relationship that you want. The first thing you can do is take action, which is one of the quickest ways to stop feeling desperate because you see yourself making genuine steps toward what you want, even if those steps are small and the journey feels long and slow. Research dating apps to see which one is the best fit for you and create a profile. Look for events in your city or in your town and check them out either with just yourself or with a small group of friends. See which clubs, organizations, and social groups are around and ask your friends if they know anyone who's single that might be a good fit for you. The purpose of these activities is not to approach each of them with the mindset that you'll find someone by taking these actions, but rather to overcome feeling powerless and sidelined in your dating search where you're constantly feeling like you're waiting for the right person to walk up to you in your life. Taking these kinds of actions literally puts you into spaces and places where you can meet new people, helping you shift your mindset from, why haven't I found anyone, to, wow, there's literally a world full of options out there. Next, think critically about the people you spend considerable time around in a given month in your life. Do you spend a lot of time around energy vampires, essentially people who suck your energy out through constantly gossiping, complaining, critiquing other people and their lives? If there's anyone you feel exhausted, depleted, or anxious around, whether this is a friend, a family member, a colleague, someone who offers you a frequent service like a hairstylist, your nail tech, a pet sitter, or a personal trainer, dog walker, etc., then think about how you can set boundaries with these people, distance yourself from them if you can, or at least find ways to protect your energy and mental peace around them. The negative energy from energy vampires radiates off of them and brings down your own overall vibe, which other people you encounter in the world, including dating prospects, can pick up on. Thirdly, promise yourself that you will achieve your dating and relationship goal by a certain date. For instance, promising that you will be in a committed relationship in 6 months from now. There is a lot of literature out there about how people tend to show up when they've made a promise to a friend, even when they don't want to. For instance, meeting a friend for a 5 a.m. run because you feel accountable to that other person. But when it comes to upholding a promise you made to yourself, there is an increased chance of not showing up when you don't really feel like it. Setting a realistic date to achieve your dating goal motivates you to take small steps to get out there each day, offers you a sense of urgency, and you're more likely to keep the commitment because you have a concrete deadline that you could even put on your calendar. Pick a date that feels genuinely realistic for you, even if you don't know how you'll get there. It's okay if you don't meet your goal by the deadline you originally set because that happens to all of us sometimes, but still setting a timeline that you're working to make a reality adds a sense of urgency that pushes you to approach someone in public or go on that second date when you're tired at the end of a long work week. And last but not least, probably the most controversial step on this list is to unfollow accounts that do not genuinely deeply serve you on Instagram, TikTok, and any other social media platforms. You guys, this is so critical. Again, for the folks in the back, this is so critical. I entered December of 2023 following around 1,300 accounts, and at the end of the month, I was following around 40 accounts, which I still maintain to this day. I promise you, you will not miss the accounts you are no longer following, not one single bit. It may sting for a few minutes, but you will literally have forgotten about it by the next day, especially if you are busy giving your time and energy towards endeavors that truly deserve your focus. I even took a screenshot of all the accounts I used to follow in case I wanted to follow one of them again at some point, and I have never ever checked the list since my unfollowing binge. When you unfollow the majority of people you currently follow on social media, you reclaim control over your energy, your emotions, and who gets to have access to your attention and your life. Your mental space becomes a high-value protected territory where you decide what content and vibes you will be exposed to moving forward in your life. Logging onto socials and being at the whim of whatever anyone posts or comments is not serving you, and I'll bet that 90% of the accounts you currently follow, whether it's friends, strangers, people you're familiar with, businesses, brands, influencers, movements, organizations, are not adding tangible value to your reality, and it is time to cut them loose. When you're no longer privy to other people's relationship updates, random products brands are releasing, or how someone in your city just bought a coffee machine that's changed their life, you are able to reclaim your energy and put it towards things that count and actually matter to you personally, including your dating and relationship journey. You are not obligated to follow your friends, and now I only follow accounts, whether that's brands, people that I do know, people I don't know, celebrities, influencers, that genuinely fill my cup up so that I can have the energy to pour into relationships, activities I value, and more. Chapter 4, Take Spiritual Action. Okay, so we covered some of the physical action steps you can take, but as you know, a big part of manifestation is spiritual and energetic. Spiritual actions include things like scripting, where you write in vivid detail about something you want to call into your life in your notebook, and then really lean into describing how you would feel if you had that thing in your life right now. Scripting is a great practice to help you get comfortable embodying the reality you are trying to call into your life. You want your desired reality to feel natural instead of foreign, close and within reach instead of distant and unrealistic, so that you can experience life as your future self who already has the things you are working now to call into fruition. If you're religious, you could practice sending prayers or reviewing passages from your preferred scripture about having faith, trusting in something greater than yourself, and becoming the highest version of yourself. Another big one is meditation. It doesn't have to be boring, and you don't have to go anywhere fancy to practice it, nor do you have to do it alone. There are so many meditation audios, podcasts, and YouTube videos you can find by just typing in the word meditation or guided meditation into your search browser on Google, YouTube, or Spotify. Meditation is the practice of focusing the mind on being at peace and redirecting your thoughts back to your breathing, with the purpose being to achieve a greater state of inner peace and enter a state of deep relaxation so that when the meditation is over, you're better prepared to stay calm and centered as you move throughout the world. Another great spiritual practice is to make a mood board, which can be done digitally using a software like Canva, or you can do it on a poster board or on paper. You can find images that capture the essence, the vibe, or the mood that you want to align with and manifest into your life. If you're manifesting, let's say, a happy relationship where you feel loved, secure, and at peace, you can include images on your mood board that make you feel closer to these sentiments, like pink roses in bloom, a silhouette of a couple holding hands, a cozy blanket to represent comfort and security, or a beautiful nature scene if the outdoors brings you peace and you hope to go on relaxing nature walks with your partner. Mood boards are very similar to vision boards, but vision boards are a constant reminder of all the things you don't have yet. And so vision boards sometimes just make you feel down by reminding you of all the things you want but lack. By contrast, mood boards are a representation of how you want to feel, and you can tap into the full range of emotions anytime. If you do choose the vision board route, I highly recommend including blessings, experiences, and items on the board that you once used to wish for that you now have in your life today. This is to remind yourself that you have already created so much in your life that you once used to literally only dream of having, to reaffirm that you are capable of attracting the things you desire most into your life. The last big spiritual action step that you've probably heard before is gratitude, but I want to introduce the concept of radical gratitude. When people typically practice gratitude, they imagine listing off the basic things like being grateful for their family and loved ones, or the ability to take a hot shower to have a roof over their head. But over time, practicing gratitude for the things that you encounter every day can feel a bit redundant, stagnant, and stale. Instead, radical gratitude is actively practicing being grateful for every step on your journey to getting to a particular destination. So, if your destination is a happy, healthy relationship where you feel loved and secure, then write down a few sentences about the experiences that you've had on your way to this destination. Every step has only brought you one step closer to your ultimate goal. For example, if you broke up with someone, went on a boring first date, or got ghosted, you could write down that you're grateful for the breakup because you learned more about which kinds of people you're not compatible with. You could be grateful for that first date because even though it was hard, you got over those initial first date jitters and went anyway. You could even be grateful you got ghosted because in the end, it was a very clear sign that that person you were seeing is not the person you're supposed to be with in the end. While these experiences may initially feel negative, we don't control other people's actions, so you could see these events as stepping stones you walked across on the path to your happiest, healthiest relationship. Radical gratitude is all about being grateful for these experiences that may have seemed negative, but were actually blessings in the long run. Practicing radical gratitude is a great way to release bitterness and tension and turn a setback into a set up for receiving the best that's yet to come. Chapter 5, Ditch the Desperation. The final phase of manifesting is to draw the line between desperation and desire. We all know the feeling of wanting something really badly, genuinely putting our best foot forward to get something, and then still failing really badly at accomplishing the goal, while others who put in less effort sail easily into success. Having a deep desire for something and working towards it constantly with no results to show for your work can lead to desperation and, frankly, depression. Unfortunately, desperation, particularly when it comes to dating, only puts you even further away from your dating goal because it makes you more likely to settle for partners who don't meet your standards. You're more likely to hang around people who have negative outlooks on love and dating, and to accept untrue limiting beliefs like, I'll never find anyone, or all the good men are taken. It makes me so sad when I hear women reiterating these beliefs and trying to get others to adapt them too, because these are limitations that you place on yourself, and they are only true if you believe them and recite them in your mind consistently. Instead of sinking into defeat, it's time to mark a healthy boundary between desperation and desire. Not being desperate does not mean pretending that you don't want something. Instead, to cut desperate vibes, stop denying or pretending that you don't want something. Fully admit to yourself that something like a happy relationship is important to you and you want it in your life. Confront and accept the fact that you don't have it yet and affirm that you are on the path to receiving it in your life. If you've had a ton of horrible dating experiences and you start to feel yourself getting desperate for a partner or wondering if you're ever going to meet someone, I know affirming that you're on the path to partnership may not feel comforting, but start by training your mind to rise above your situation, think thoughts that genuinely serve you, and adopt beliefs that are in alignment with what you want to manifest into your life. Doing this helps you transform from slipping into desperation to acknowledging your desires, holding space for them in your heart, and raising your vibration through uplifting thoughts and beliefs so that you can be in alignment with the amazing relationship and life you envision for yourself. This week's big pink question is, what thoughts and feelings come up for you when you think about where you are on your dating and relationship journey? Do you feel frustrated, stressed, overwhelmed, overlooked, content, at peace, excited, etc.? By assessing your current thoughts and feelings regarding your dating and relationship journey, you can determine what kind of energy you are emitting in this area of your life. If thinking about dating makes you upset, defensive, or agitated, you may be experiencing dating situations that align with this energy level. You may feel upset because your dating situation isn't ideal right now, but you first have to believe that you can and will achieve dating success, and then you will attract experiences, dates, prospects, and people into your life that align with this positive energy. If you're a bit unsure of your dating energy, ask yourself what your dating journey has looked like thus far. Has your dating journey matched your desires, or did you feel like you were settling and consistently getting the short end of the stick? Part of being an empowered dater is taking ownership of some of the dating situations you may have attracted into your life. Realize that you have the power to shift any area of your life, dating or otherwise, into a reality that matches your hopes for the future, regardless of the past. You have the power to manifest your dream relationship and your dream life, and the very first step is believing you have the power to transform and attract anything into your reality. Wishing you so much love and positivity, and I'll see you same time next week.